Hey guys, preparing the Escort for Summernats. Won't be doing much to the car at Summernats, but I'll basically just go on display and I'll dry it everywhere. People can look at it, but gave her a good wash. I've got it on me Auto Glint products. It's my favourite stuff, so gave it a good wash. Then today I went and picked up this stuff here. I couldn't find it in the Auto Glint. This is for getting rid of all that silicons and crap off the car. So the idea is I've given it a good wash, so now before I do anything really, I'll remove all the wax and stuff off it, get it really clean. The cats aren't out here now, so they can't crawl over the car. Usually I got to cover over it, so it doesn't matter, but recently I had to re-stick this rear spoiler back on with Sikaflex. Hasn't really, this is like an aftermarket one, and anything Escort, when it comes to trying to bring Escorts back to their former glory is in interior bits and pieces and spoils and stuff, it's really difficult. Falcons are so much easier. So I had to buy this in fiberglass and I just painted it gloss black. But yeah, a lot of the things in the car I struggled to find. So, but when I recently stuck this rear spoiler back on, I did tape it down different angles to get it nice and firm. So when the Sikaflex went off, it actually stayed on there in the right spot. So I just got a crap bit of clean off it here and there, and I was actually at a point where I was thinking about leaving this spoiler off, but then I noticed in the past I put Sikaflex along here. I got a razor blade, I cut along here, then I peeled the Sikaflex off, so I cut into the paint, so I can't have it with a rear spoiler off, but everyone's telling me it looks better with it. So I got a buff up in here, cut that, get that smick, and then I'll start the process of just going over the car. And I've noticed when you go to touch the paint, it feels like sandpaper. So that indicates to me it's got contaminants in the paint. So what I've done, I went and bought some more of these clay bars. Where are they? I couldn't get it in Auto Glint, so I just got Maguire's version. So I've got that. I didn't buy lubricant to do it with. I'll just use a bit of this spray on wax to lubricate it as I'm going over it. But pretty much all the upper areas and bit on the sides is coarse, so I'll have to clay bar the whole car down, and then just go over it and look for little imperfections. Like an example being, it's got little chips all in here where the rocks are flying off it. Now I'll have Yokohama AA48 semi-slicks, 205s. The ones on the back are destroyed from all the doing power runs and stuff. So what I've done, I've got on this place in Australia. They're in York Street, Sydney, called Tyre Ruler. So you get on there and you pick the tyres you want, and they'll actually you pay for them everything. Then you choose a fitting station. So I got them sent to my local tyre shop. And whilst I was there today, I actually run into a guy. He's got an XY Falcon Ute, Cleveland. He drives it every day, 5 days a week, to and from work. And then I'll tell him what I've got, and then he just told me he's got 2 coupes at home he's restoring. One of them's getting restored. It's absolutely mint. Show me photos of it. He's got another one there. It's for his son, future project. So yeah, it's pretty good talking to him. But I went and got these Nankangs 185s semis slicks, so they're heaps better. Should have got them a long time ago. Heaps more clearance now. It's like the front end needs to be lowered. I might even lower it a bit. It's got coil over so I can drop it without any dramas. But yeah, so went super cheap and I bought this little battery orbital buffer sander. So that's gonna be really handy. So the process I'm gonna go through, once it's clay barred down, it's looking really good, then I'll go over it, fix all the imperfections, and then I might use this stuff here. Actually, that's the cutting compound. I've got the upper swell remover. That's a bit coarser stuff, but this stuff's really good. I bought it ages ago, but heaps left. But I use that for fixing up in areas that are starting to turn. I need a bit of a cut. I probably use it more so in these areas around the rear spoiler. And once that's done, give it a really good clean. Then I'll start this super resin polish. It's really good. It doesn't really cut the paint much, but it fills in any imperfections. There's not much left of it, but you don't need much. So put that down. That's really good. That just gives the the paint extra. It makes it really pop, you know, nice and bright. Looks saturated when you use that. And then after that, I'll go to, I'm not using that, it's leather bump, it's for the Falcon. Got them mixed up, but extra gloss protection. So this is a polymer. So it's like a hybrid sort of wax. I was going to use this other stuff, high definition, but it's shrunk heaps. Really expensive, but yeah, I've had that a while. It's probably not really any good anymore, but yeah. So would have loved to make a start on this sooner, but the bloody Falcon gave me some grief today. I bought new tyres for it. Got tyres for the Escort, then I got tyres for this at the same time. Got them fitted. Thought, no worries. I got it home because this car, the Falcon's going to be dragging the Escort to Summernats. So I thought I'll give it a really good service. I've jacked the front up, gave an oil change. When I looking under the car, I noticed the driver's side front tyre. It's got heaps of meat on the tyre, but the inner's worn out. So it's got wheel alignment issues, obviously. So I only had it done probably, not long over 12 months ago, but when you get a big dose of rain, you hit potholes and shit, it knocks it out. So I checked all the ball joints. I've already replaced the upper control arms and they're sweet. So yeah, I've checked it, all the ball joints and everything is sweet. Just needs a decent wheel alignment. So I had to ring up this place in Newcastle, and they're pretty much the last stop when it comes to finding a tyre. And you know they're going to have it in stock. Jack's Tyres Newcastle. So I rang them up and they said, yeah, there's a truck pulling in now of heaps of tyres on it. Well, just give me a yell and you'll get the tyres you want. So I'm going to get some Nankangs for it. They're shit, but I'll get me by. So that driver's side's down at the canvas on the inside, and the other side's not much better. So I'll get new tyres for the front tomorrow morning, get a wheel alignment, and it should be sweet. So it's had an oil change, put a new serpentine belt on it, and I jacked the rear end up. The diff's got a leak, topped it up, and then the diff bush, it's got new polyurethane bushes in the back. The dude put it in them before I bought the car, but the rear, where the housing is, there's big dirty cracks in it. So that's a result of before he put the bushes in it, the shock would have cracked it. So I had to weld that up. But yeah, the car's good now. Gave it a wash and quick wax this morning, but yeah. Didn't intend to spend so much time in the car, but it's got to be in good shape if I'm going to tow this thing down. I'm blown away by how much crap come out of off the paint. Unreal. So what I'll do now, I've got this stuff here that'll remove all the waxes and previous stuff that's on the car. Yeah, go over the whole car front to back. But yeah, it's already looking really good. These Auto Glim products I'm using, the UK products, really good. But just see the paint now, it's got so much, it's got that nice pop to it now, nice and shiny, and I put a lot of time into cutting this paint back and getting it pretty clean, but there's still little faults here and there, you know. It's pretty difficult when you got working full time, multiple projects. It's really difficult to keep up with the maintenance. The coupe, this XB coupe takes up so much of my time, but the video I'm about to upload on the coupe hasn't even got the footage I got now. This driver's side is absolutely beautiful. It's about 95% done. I've got it down to 400 grit now. And the passenger side is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's looking really good. And the roof is just, yeah, it's stunning. So it's only things I've got left to do now is the boot, the bonnet, the rear valance. I've got to do that yet, but that's easy. So got that to do. Then I've got that section that goes underneath the front, around the apron area underneath. I've got to do that. It's a bit of work involved in that, but yeah, making awesome progress. But this car's on hold at the moment. Got to get this old girl all spruced up, ready for Summernats. So giving the car a go over with that Morgan's wax and polish remover. So yeah, she's ready now for Auto Glim. So I've got this tool here I got from Super Cheap Auto today. It's freaking awesome. I bought a spare battery for it too, but I found that really good. And you can buy all these different pads off eBay for really cheap. So I've got all various sizes, but what I'll do, I've got to go through and clean all these. But this one here, I'll use that. This stuff doesn't really cut, it's more of a filler, so it'd just be so much quicker to use this to put it all over the car. That way it'd be quick and easy, and then I could just buff it off. And then I'll put this extra gloss protection. I've got this other wax I was showing you before. It's really expensive. But unfortunately it's shrunk heaps, so I don't know if it's any good anymore, but oh well. What I've got here should make it work alright. I'll turn this setting down. Finished putting on the super resin, and yeah, paint is absolutely unreal now. It's really hard to tell. Really got to have good light. It's difficult to do all these back areas because of all these vinyl stickers, stuff like that, but done the best I could. But yeah, she's looking mint. The paint job isn't, you can't really compare it to like, you know, Summernats top 60 cars or anything like that. It's a backyard paint job done in the shed. It's not like a proper professional paint job like the bonnet. It's got uneven, like metallic flakes, mottling they call it. Had a bit of that going on, but it's good enough. End of the day, it's only an Escort. But I'm happy with the coupe. I can paint it burnt orange and I can just have to worry about that sort of thing as much. So put this stuff on there. That stuff's really durable. So yeah, put that on, and then I'll use this copper coat. This stuff here is really good. It's sort of like Armor All, but the stuff doesn't stick to it as bad. So yeah, I'll do that on the grill, get that looking mint. I've got to touch up some areas of that bumper I just noticed. A couple of chips here and there when I put the ramps under the car, and the ramps must have hit. Joys of when you're working by yourself, you can't always see what you're doing, but yeah, so give it the wax and give the windows a good clean, then give the inside a clean up, and got this stuff for the tyres. Stuff here, so that should make the tyres look really nice. And that's it. Put the cover over it, and yeah, I'll probably yeah, probably have a look on the bonnet. I'll give that a clean up, but it's pretty good under there. Giving the engine bay a tidy up, just getting rid of all the dust, crap as it gathers up. But not happy with this catch can. It's just rubbish. That's one of the original things that was on this car when it's caught in shed fire. There's not many things in here that were like, I had to replace a lot of stuff, but yeah, some of it's original, like inlet manifold, the engine itself. But yeah, it's looking really good. So yeah, can't wait to be doing the same thing for the coupe. It's gonna be awesome. But I haven't even started on this extra gloss protection yet. I'll get there eventually, but I think I pretty much leave the engine now. I think that's just the way it is. But, hard to believe that motor, 600 horsepower or more, unreal. The back tyres sure as hell know about it. I was actually when the dude took the tyres off these wheels, he said, do you understand that your counterweights are gone? It looks like they've been hitting on something. Yep. There's a caliper in there, and it's just clears this 13-inch rim, and it's knocked the weights off it. So I was wondering why my steering wheel had a bit of wobble in it when I put the back tyres in the front. So the front tyres are balanced good, but yeah, the back ones, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't want to put counterweights on the outside and shit. So yeah, I made this thing up too. I'm showing you, but made this little this frame, and I've got, show you in the light, but I've got basically, it's the there's the picture of the shed. This whole shed now burn out. There's the culprit there, that Kia Pregio van that caused the shed fire. Then here's the Escort as it is, but here's a little 70s thing, because in Australia they were pretty povo when it comes to the motors in them. So they had the 1.3, 1.6 litre Kent motors, which are a great little motor, but they were underpowered in the Escorts. So they put the Cortina Pinto 2 litre in them, and then they really really got up and went harder then. So this is an old modern motor thing out of a magazine I got, and all the stuff that come with it. And yeah, so I'm going to stick that in the car when it's on display at Summernats. Should look pretty cool. I just got to put a bit of information about the car, because a lot of people are going to think that motor, a lot of people are going to think this motor is a BDA or a BDG Cosworth motor, which it isn't. It's made to look like one, but it's not. So put this wax on now, and I'll probably, while the wax is going off, I'll get it on the interior here and just give it a clean up, get a vacuum. But yeah, I should have it wrapped up today. I could put a cover over it and throw on a car flat on Thursday, and off it goes. I just got to polish the wheels. Car's done now. Overall, it's pretty good. You can see little things where I've missed. It's the best part of getting it out the light. What's left of it. Yeah, she's pretty clean now. So yeah, give the wheels a just quick polish, and yeah, it should be just about ready, I reckon. I'll tidy up on the boot. Tuner done it. The guy who tuned this car done such a good job. E85 is supposed to be really bad when the engine's cold, but this thing just runs like a charm. Let's have a look under the bonnet. It's got upgraded Kent camshafts from the UK. You wouldn't even know it. Runs so smooth. I could adjust the vernier cam gear so that it has more of a chunky idle, but not gonna worry about it. Anybody that likes E85 racing fuel, it smells absolutely beautiful. Really nice smell about it. So yeah, loving it. So wrap it up for this video, guys, and I better start editing. Yeah, I've got another video to do up yet, so I'll catch you later.
Just got back from Summernats. Got the car off the trailer. No dramas. Sounds normal. So yeah, I've just turned the motor off. The car looks fine, but it's actually, I heard it. So what the go is, on the Saturday I was qualifying. So the dude, Adam from VPW, he done the first power run and then he's waved me over to jump in the car, and he said, mate, you got to hear this noise, just let me know what you think, and if you want me to stop, just tap my arm and I'll come out of it. So he second power run, so he put on noise, and I told him, I said, don't worry about that noise, I think that's the transmission or something. So yeah, we got 545, done again 545, and then he said, yep, your car's definitely up for qualifying. It's up for the final. So that was awesome. So yeah, drove the car in next day in the morning, put it back on there, and there was so much media there, cameras everywhere. It was freaking awesome. The car went really good. So I got 545 in the first pull, that first one you've seen, and then the second one was 554, and then she started, she didn't like it. So the whole time he's doing it, I can hear the motor like a knocking sound. It was not good. I thought, shit, what's happened? But basically what the go is, right, that motor was at least 650 horsepower at fly easy, or probably 660, so it's a lot. So what the go is, it's only got ARP head studs with a factory M10, I think they are. They're only a small stud, they're not very big. So that's an issue. It's got the Cometic multi-layer head gasket, which is awesome, but in reality it needs a bigger head stud. They're too small. So what happened then, the head started to lift, and then all the coolant started coming out of this expansion tank. So it's indication that the head was starting to lift. And the knocking sound is because one of the injectors is starting to block up, or it's starting to lean on one cylinder, which is very bad. But I knew the risk, but I know this motor, it's dirt cheap to build. Like I could build this motor from scratch, top to bottom, without the rocker cover, and the sump, I could easily build that up for 2.5 grand, no problem. So well, that's with, if I didn't have to buy, I can use these valve springs. So yeah, it's pretty cheap really compared to like a Cosworth or SR20 or FJ20. So that was I pretty much got dominated by an FJ20. It had big head studs, O-ring block, had a Precision's 5864, which is sort of equivalent to this G30 770. Yeah, he outgunned me, but his car was a manual, so there's instantly 50 horsepower there, I think. Well, that's what the tuners told me. So, and then there was his Datsun 1200 Ute, had SR20 in it. He had a Precision 5858 SR20. Don't know what's done the motor, but yeah, it looked pretty serious. So he got 574 or something. So yeah, he went really well. But yeah, it's starting to car up now. It sounds sweet, like it doesn't sound like anything's wrong with it. I can drive it. I drove it home from Summernats, even though it dumped a heap of water. I still drove back to the hotel, no problems at all. It was sweet. But I was talking to Adam from VPW, and he reckons I should pull the motor down, just give it a health check, because yeah, it copped a cane, and like that knocking was not good for it. It could have easily torched a piston or worse, but it still goes sweet. Like I reckon if I dump the oil, give it a compression test, even put the telescopic camera inside the cylinders just to see how it's going. But I reckon one of those cylinders he reckons it'll be like a sort of like a browny sort of colour, where it's been leaning out. But yeah, take the injectors out, get them clean, flow tested, see what they're doing. They're a good injector, Injector Dynamics 1300cc, so I'm almost out of injector. But I don't want to increase with horsepower. I just want to just make it reliable. Don't want to have the dramas of this happen again. So there's different options. I put these little like O2 sensors on each runner of the exhaust manifold. It measures the computer can measure how much the air fuel ratio is. So if it starts leaning out, I'll know about it, and it can cut fuel or whatever, cut ignition or whatever. So there's that option. There's a lot of things I can do, but overall it doesn't cost much. All the expensive stuff's done. But had a really good chat with Al out of Skid Factory. So knowledgeable, and he reckons this throttle body I got. He said this one's actually off a Windsor, or off the older Falcons, EFCLs and stuff. So he said I could take that off, get a BA Falcon drive-by-wire throttle body, and that'll work with this Haltech Elite 1500 ECU. So I could do that. Yeah, I could pull the motor out, get bigger head studs, O-ring the block, just make sure everything's sweet, and yeah, I could just make little improvements to it. But at the moment, I could drive the car, I can go to the shops, go to car meets. I just can't really go revving it, because that injector, yeah, it's not good. I really should get onto that, but I'm going to focus on the Falcon now. But talking to Al, talking to Woody at Skid Factory, he's a legend, mate. They're so nice to talk to, so friendly. And talking to Ben Neal out of Benny's Custom Works, talking to him, and then I run into that Hoon TV. He's got a BA, I think it's a FG or some Falcon race car. I always used to follow him a lot, but it's hard to keep up with the channels. But there was him talking to Howard Still for a bit about the coupe. Managed to get 15 minutes of his time. He's so it was really hard to get much of his time, but yeah, he's busy. He's probably doing judging for the top 60 and stuff, but managed to talk to him about the coupe. But yeah, this car, if I simply just get Mickey Thompson drag radials, yeah, you're talking to this dude. He had the cars that dominated me, the FJ20, he got up to 660 horsepower yesterday. And he's running these 15-inch by 60-15, by 235s. A 235 60-15, I think that's what they were. And he's running them on his Dyno, and he reckons they hook up pretty good. So he's going to take his car roll racing in Sydney. I'll end up doing it with this, but I'm going to have to get all these little dilemmas sorted. But I think the ideal thing is to get this motor, get it sorted, get everything reliable again, take back the tuner like I was meant to, and just to get him to go over it, make sure everything's sweet, make sure their fuel ratio is good. But he's definitely a very hardy little motor, very, very strong. Yeah, well. So what I'll do now, I'll just go put her away. And yeah, it's just mind-blowing that it's actually, or potentially the head's lifted, coolant's got out of it and it's closed up again. It's just unreal. Holding pressure again. But... so yeah, I'll get on the internet and tie it tonight. Do a bit of research and see what my options are. But I find this Haltech ECU, is freaking awesome. They actually had today was the Summernats, or Summernats 34, the Haltech horsepower Dyno cell, I think it's called. So yeah, they had the Haltech team there and the cameras and stuff everywhere. So I'll put a link in the description of the Escort in the Haltech Heroes video, and yeah, I'll upload this video now. But I've got a video for the Falcon. I'll just got to go through. It's a longer video, and I've got to go through and edit it and tidy it up a bit. Yeah, I'll get onto that tonight. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll get in touch with you soon and with a Falcon video. Thanks for watching.